is an interesting project. This is a large K. 15 and a half. 15 and a half. It's rather thick. The scale is 26 inches. Well, it's 25 and 7/8. And when you add the intonation, you're about 26. It's close to 26. Anyway, it's a little longer than most. And gypsy jazz guitars have a long scale. It was given to me. The back has been removed. It's been X-braced. The back was replaced. The neck angle is pretty good. It also has another bridge put on. And the problem with the guitar is, or was, that the neck was only 1.66 wide. The nut was only 1.66. Well, 0.169 is the minimum. And most of these gypsy jazz guitars are 1.75. So this thing had a lot of potential, but the neck was too narrow. Well, what did you do? I could see the original binding, which is somewhere around here. This, yes. The original binding is thin and rounded back up. This was during the era of narrow necks, apparently. Anyway, I took this out and replaced it with some thick stuff. I think this is, I thought it was 06. Oh, it's 09. Okay, so anyway, we put this in and profiled the neck a bit to get it to meet. It's not perfect, but it came out really nice. The binding is very substantial, and also there was the neck was kicked up here at the last 2 or 3 frets. So I pulled the old frets and leveled this. It's leveled to plus or minus 1 or 2 thousandths. So now I'm going to put some frets in it and some other things I've done. Is this thing was very wide, just too wide. So I've narrowed it here. Also, this had this weird bunch of circular bumps. I've changed it into a simple arrow. And this ear, this is the headstock. This is the neck. There's a body and a mouth. Anyway, this ear, there's an ear here you can see, was not put on right at the factory, and you could see the line here jogged up a little, so the logo is already halfway gone. This came with Clusons. I'll probably put them back on. So this is like what's going to make this guitar pop is the double pick guards, which is my trademark. It'll sell the guitar along with good playability and tone and all like that. I've completed widening the neck with thick binding and some reshaping down here. I've also pulled the frets, flattened the fretboard. It's a beautiful piece of rosewood. And then refretted it because I want the frets to go to the outside of the binding. They were inside the binding. It was just too narrow to play. So now we've reshaped this peg head. These things come with there's a kind of a curve to this thing here, and there's lumps around the top. I'm streamlining it for the 40s. You know, it's the arrow look. So, this has been sanded to 400. I could steal wood. I always steal wood things. Let's pick some one. Okay. Now we got this mixture of linseed oil and turpentine, believe it or not. And I'm doing this because I'm going to put stain on this wood. And I'm thinking this light colored wood is going to, it's, you know, it's raw. It's going to suck up the stain. And the original finish that I've left there on purpose. So I'm doing my timeless finish. We're gonna leave the finish on the back as original. Just do these sides and the top. I'll let that dry for a few minutes. I'm also gonna wipe off every bit of the excess right now. We'll spread some stain on there. We'll be making some kind of faux rosewood. Yeah. Well, I've just spread 2 coats on and forgot to turn the recorder on. This is just Fibings leather dye. And I don't use thinner on the brush. I just do that before I start anew. Anyway, this is I waited 5 minutes while I had that other stuff, clear stuff, drying. It's supposed to dry overnight. It's okay. It's doing that now. Anyway, the Fibings is water-based. And it's ended up with a little alcohol in it too, and maybe a few different colors. We're going to go for a variegated grain faux rosewood look, probably. It'll be dry in a few minutes. We'll put on another coat. I remembered to turn the camera on this time, so that should help. It's darkening up, isn't it? But not completely. We'll leave that and probably seal it. And maybe add some more stain. It'll eat through to the previous coat and drag it like it did right there. We can start doing antiquing. Neat, huh? play is an essential part of creativity. It's an essential part of learning. Learn while you play. If you watch people that do faux paint jobs, this is one of the techniques. And on and on. This is orange shellac. Bug poop. Not really bug poop, but an extrusion of a bug. It makes its house as it goes along the branch by eating the branch and excreting this, basically pooping it out and making himself a cave, and it dries quickly. It's a great process. At the end of the year, they come and knock the tree with sticks, the stuff falls off, and anyway, it's mixed with alcohol, grain alcohol. You can buy it at the store as denatured alcohol, which is fuel for Coleman stoves, I think, or something like, not Coleman stoves. Anyway, it's just called fuel, but it's alcohol. You can also use 180 proof clear alcohol, Everclear. Anyway, there's just some on this cloth that I've got. We're going to do another quick swipes. This time we'll do the edge, just for fun. We're going to do that when we do the bottom. You'll be glad. When I do the neck, excuse me. Now, hopefully, in a couple more coats, what's happening is I may not put any more stain on it because the orange shellac really keeps adding depth and deepness of color. It's dark. It's dark. How dark? Faux dark. Not that bad, but after 5 or 6 of those, you're good to go. So now it's got 3 coats. And it's starting to look like a piece of wood. Right about, and the one unglossy part is disappearing. 2 more coats and that'll be done. So it'll probably get 3 or 4. I think that's 4 or 5. So it's been steel wooled. It's the next day, and got this one little light area here. I'll deal with that. Now we're going to take care of this new line I produced when I blended the board to the neck. Yeah, same process as the headstock. So put some stuff on the brush and started. I really just wanted to blend this in. But it looks so good that I'm blending it in the whole neck. But this is a play. This is the nature of play. It's essential for creativity. I had no idea what this was going to do, but man, it looks like some really nicely grained old wood. Now I can take steel wool and remove some should I desire. I think we'll just let it dry and put some stuff on it. See what happens. Very little. Especially for the first go around. Very little. But it'll dry in 10 minutes. Well, this goes back in the plastic bag. And it'll be fine. It's been 12 minutes. It's pretty dry. I mean, you don't want to squeeze it, but it's dry. So because I'm using such a little amount, the side I start on is getting more than the side I end on. And I can stop halfway, but I like the minimal amounts. So I'll start on this side this time. Oops, getting some drips. Don't want any drips. There we go, yes. Here we go. You have to make the noise. I may have missed a spot, but I'll catch it next time. Come back in 10 minutes. So, 4 coats and it's looking pretty good for old guitar. So, it's getting that aged but shiny look. I think it's been 4 coats. I'm gonna put on another one, I guess. What about all this crap here? Don't worry about it. This body's gonna be next.